In claiming that 3.5 million voters, which is the margin of victory that Hillary Clinton had over him, Donald Trump, our new president, has unwittingly opened the door to a recount of his own election. This same recount process that many of his supporters say isn't necessary. Well, if Donald Trump truly believes that illegals were allowed to vote, and there were that many of them, that calls for an investigation. That calls for a voter recount. That calls for all the processes that many Democratic Party and Democratic supporters called for in the wake of this weird election. Now, Donald Trump has this habit of just saying things without thinking through their consequences. That worked for him prior to The Apprentice, that worked for him on The Apprentice, but it will not work for him as President of the United States. It got him elected, yes, but now he's got to choke his motor. He doesn't know how to do that because it creates a lot of attention for him, and he loves it. He's eating all this up. He has a photograph on his Twitter account of him looking out at the out of the White House window, but what he's really doing is looking back at his own reflection. Bottom line is that Donald Trump loves this attention. He loves this spotlight. He couldn't be happier than a pig in mud. Or maybe I should say he's happier than a pig in mud. Because pig in mud would do certain things that Donald Trump does, but I'm kidding, okay? The bottom line is that Donald Trump has to remember that the president can start wars just by what he says or she says. You've got, Donald Trump, to stop this off the cuff commenting. And if you don't want to say anything, then guess what? Don't say anything. Don't just come up with something because you think it's going to be inflammatory in the back of your head because you know where it feels like and you just blurt it out there. Remove that habit. Remove that tick there. Whatever you have to do to get rid of it because you're going to get us into a lot of trouble with this kind of talk. The main point of what you're saying is, hey, look, the election didn't go my way. I got the electoral vote, but I didn't get the popular vote. And because I didn't get the popular vote, it was those illegals out there being allowed to illegally vote. There's no evidence of that. But when you say that, Donald Trump, you have to then, in the next step, say, I support a recount of the entire election, including the battleground swing states that I won. That's what Donald Trump has opened the door to. Stay tuned.